Okay, we should be live.
Okay.
If this will work, you may have to refresh. I don't know. Still not working.
It's working.
Okay. Yep, I can see it now.
It's working.
Okay, sounds working too.
Okay.
Hey, Neil, how are you? Wait a couple more minutes and let some people come in. That way we won't have to repeat everything. Hey, Lynn, how are you doing tonight? Yep, Nick, you made it without a reminder. Thought about sending one, but then I was like, well, if you're busy, I didn't want you to feel bad. Hey, Peggy. Y'all been fixing y'all's hair?
Yeah.
Are you fixing your hair?
Yeah.
Neil asked if everyone's hair was right now. Okay. Yes. Well, hope everyone's doing good tonight. We've had a pretty busy week. I'm starting to wind down now. We're glad it's close to the end.
Definitely.
It's been a long week, and part of it's been a rough week. Hey, Jacob, how are you doing? But, girls, you have anything you want to say? Abs?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know.
What you're missing?
That's the teeth.
Yep, she lost a tooth.
It's funny how it happened, though. One evening, she came up and she said, "Look, my tooth is loose." And I was like, "Okay, well, it'll probably be a few days. Just keep working on it." We were driving in the vehicle to town, and she said, "Hey, my tooth just came out."
I
Neil asked if you were okay because you didn't have anything to say. Hey, Satin, how are you? Yeah, because she had me check her tooth that day, and it didn't feel all that loose. So it was like the next day. So she had been working on it a lot because, like I said, I didn't have any idea it was anywhere close. She wasn't gonna let me try to pull it. It wasn't ready anyhow. And so whenever she yelled from the back, "Hey, I got my tooth out," we were surprised. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Penny said, "Girls, tell us something you learned this week that you didn't know before." Think about it.
Think about school. What did you learn in school?
What did you learn in school that you didn't know?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
What'd you learn? What'd you learn in science?
I don't know.
Or tell somebody how to do something. Yeah. You learned about decimals?
What?
You learned about decimals?
Decimals.
She learned about decimals in math. And she learned she's really good at figuring out decimals. Izzy, what'd you learn?
Good. What'd you learn, Is?
I
You don't know? Izzy didn't learn anything.
don't know. No, they don't. Oh, she doesn't. Kitty's money, not
Um,
gaming consoles.
okay. Yeah, no. Tooth Fairy doesn't leave gaming consoles here.
Money? I look like a pirate.
I tried to get her to sell me the tooth. That way I could put it under my pillow, but she wouldn't go for it.
Nope. It was $1 more. $1. And like, nope.
Okay.
Penny said she was a science teacher. Did you learn anything in science?
I don't know.
What about our experiment that we did?
The water?
Yeah, evaporation.
I don't remember.
Talked about
Condensation, too.
evaporation, condensation.
With the cups and the plates.
Oh, that's
She got to do experiments to see what were we looking at? To see if the water evaporated fastest from
the one.
being warm versus cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Circles and Staples says, how are you all doing?
Good.
We're doing pretty good. Like I said, our week started off rough, but it's getting better. Like I said, we're ready for a new week.
Yeah.
But between things with little Timmy and just everything we've had going on, it's been a pretty busy week. Let's see. Gail says, hi guys, been a long, rough week for us too. Thanks for the prayers. Hope y'all are doing better.
Yeah.
Lisa sent hearts. But
Hello.
But yeah, we the last couple of days we've been doing a lot of raking and bagging of leaves and pine needles.
Yeah.
At the daycare property that we own, we've been getting it cleaned up. It had thing is we don't actually own any pine trees, but the neighbors all along the edges of us have tons of them, and so we spend a lot of our time raking up their pine needles and whatnot. There's only a couple of trees, I guess 3 trees that are on us that's actually ours that we raked up leaves for. It's probably 75 bags of probably 75 bags or better, contractor size bags of leaves and pine needles that we packed up and brought home. We're going to use it for the garden, getting geared up for that. It'd be good mulching to work in, maybe compost some. We'll just have to see how that goes.
Yes, Penny, we're very thankful that the Eddies had a good outcome for Dixie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just watched that earlier, and she's looking like she's getting around pretty good for just having to learn how to walk on 3 legs, but
Mommy.
she looked happy to be home.
Just stop.
Let's see.
Gail, so sorry to hear that.
Let's see. Official Elf on the Shelf said hello.
Oh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Betty.
They're gonna bury Lily tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. H, y'all had to go through that too. Especially since y'all had her for a lot longer. Lynn says that's a lot of bags. Yeah. It was just we did have some help with that. One of our friends, their 2 boys came over and helped, and then the girls and I worked one morning while Kimberly was at work, and when she got off, she came, and so we packed a lot. We burned a few. There were some that were just in a bad place to get, and they had a bunch of, I don't know, there's an area where there's some poison ivy and stuff, and so we didn't want to bring that home with us, so we put those in a pile and burned part of those. But like I said, we brought all those home, and I think there's probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 garbage bags more up there that we have to deal with, but not yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to do all that for sure. So, as you can probably tell, both these girls are a little bit on the tired side already. They've been working hard this week. Neil said that was a well-disguised yawn, Abby. He saw that. You don't miss anything, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I can only see the top of your head there. Yes, Lynn, they are not long for being up. They definitely need to go to bed soon.
Yeah, they've had pretty rough days too. Like I said, we got up. Well, I guess this morning they slept till,
Abby was up by about 7:30.
yeah, and Izzy slept till about 8. But last night they were up. Well, we didn't get in till 9.
It was 9 when they got out of the showers last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
so-
we got in late last night. Like I said, we were working, getting all that stuff done. I rented a dump trailer so that we could just load up a bunch of the stuff on it and get it hauled a lot quicker. That way I could use the tractor to load it. The bags we had to load by hand, and some of the leaves were wet. So
Yeah. It's like a dump truck, but a trailer.
Yep.
Dump truck trailer.
yeah, and then we've got to do a little bit of dirt work, so we had a mini X for that, and so
I want a mini X.
you want?
I want one.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, all this stuff. The dump trailer. Abby wants one of those. She wants a mini X.
I know.
Pretty
I want
much.
to ride on.
Huh?
The little ride-ons.
Yeah. Pretty much she and I are on the same page on that, because I would like to have all this stuff too, but
Yeah.
no more than we need it right now. It doesn't make sense to go out and buy it, and so we just rent it. And like I said, we've got the trailer for the weekend and the mini X for the weekend, but it's supposed to rain part of it, so I'll be working either in the rain or maybe between showers. But most of it we were able to get done today and yesterday, with the leaves and stuff, and then the digging and dirt work I have to do. It's supposed to stop raining on Monday, so I will probably, if anything, get it done Monday, because the place we rent from does a deal over the weekends. If you pick it up afternoon on Friday, you have until 5 p.m. on Monday to return it. And they only charge you a 1-day rental, and so that's what I did. So I was like, worst case, I can get all the stuff done on Monday, but if I have some time in between, I'll do it. And then plus I have some stuff around here I'd like to do with it if I can between showers. So we're just going to try that.
Mimi said, "Hey, Abby and Izzy."
Let's see.
Neil said, "Abby's great at pulling faces, but I like it better when she gives a huge smile."
Do we have any other goats expecting? Not right
No.
now.
What about?
Huh?
What about the other girls too?
They're not expecting.
No,
Oh man,
not
No,
yet.
not yet.
a snowflake had one would be like white,
Maybe.
Maybe.
just white.
And
Depends
depends on
on
the
who the
day.
daddy is. If it's Ginger, probably so.
But Ginger?
You never know. Oh.
Ginger's taller than he used to be.
He's old. He still has that crazy body, and so is Rascal.
Who's old?
Ginger.
No, he's not. I don't even know if he's a year old. He's probably about a year old
He's-
now.
Yeah.
We got him last. Was it April? Is that when? Yeah, April's when.
Mhm.
His horns are probably like the tallest goat horns that we have.
Okay.
Wait, what was I going to say? It was something about something.
Or are you gonna say something about something?
I don't know.
What were you gonna say?
Sheepy is so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He's the sweetest. Well, no, Richard. Well, no. Richard's the sweetest thing on the whole entire planet. Did you
Your
forget
cat,
about
Richard.
What? Did you forget about Bricky?
Your puppy.
What?
Licky.
Yeah, she's sweet too.
Yep.
She's and but Richard, he has a little meow.
Do what?
Richard has the cutest little meow, and
Oh,
every time
yeah.
when you're gone for long, and you just like look at him, he's like, and he's
Yeah.
so cute.
He also comes running every time we come home.
Mm-hmm.
He's so sweet. He's usually under our play equipment,
Oh yeah.
and that one where we put hay.
Penny asked if y'all are twins. No. Abby is 9, will be 10 later this month.
Right.
Izzy is 6, and her birthday's in September.
Yep.
So quite a bit of age difference, but
Abby's just on the petite side.
The what now?
Smaller side.
I tiny.
yeah. And so
But thank you.
My side of the family has very tall genes,
I
and
don't.
Izzy definitely has some height to her.
on my side of the family's normal size.
I don't. I tiny.
But
Me too.
yeah, hand-me-downs don't work quite the same in
No.
our family as they do in mine. Sometimes Abby gets the hand-me-downs.
Hey, I got a jacket this morning.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah, she always gets excited whenever Izzy tries on something and
It doesn't have
it
it.
doesn't fit. And she's like, can I have that?
I'm leaving. I'm tired.
Are
You
you ready
go to
for
bed?
Mhm.
Okay. I'll be
Oh,
back.
she said I'm just beautiful.
Izzy's going to go to bed.
I'm not.
You tell him bye?
Bye.
Here, Abs, let her out.
Here, hop up, Abs. Just move out of the way.
This way.
I
No,
know.
you're not going.
You're just going for a second.
You're gonna
so
sit
she
with
can get out.
Daddy and y'all can talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
now.
night.
I want to stay.
Let's go
I
get you
want
in
to
bed.
stay, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
No. You can.
Yeah. Izzy, pretty much whenever she gets tired and ready for bed, she's ready to go to bed.
But
Abby, we have most of the time we have to tell her she has to go to bed.
Yeah.
Ed's been sick.
Who's
Ed Kirkpatrick. He
you have
is.
to do on your fingers.
Yeah.
You have to do.
Yeah, I also had to do some plumbing today too because at our other building we're remodeling. Well, we had some remodel plans involved with putting new flooring down and some new vanities in the bathrooms up there. Like I said, we're in the process of trying to sell it, and it needed some updates. And the way the former owners had done the, no one wants to see the gap in your teeth. The way the other owners had done the pipes and stuff, it was a mess. And so, in the process of trying to get out the old vanities, we broke a pipe, and so I had to go under and fix it today. We just shut the water off last night so that it wouldn't flood, but got it fixed, and so that's back working. But we still don't have everything done yet. Our friend Bill is putting in the flooring for us.
He my
Hmm?
friend. He my friend.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
But back to what I was saying, Ed, glad you're feeling better. Got to get over that before the expo, which is just a few weeks away now.
How many?
Month and a half. I don't know.
That's a long time.
He's probably got an exact count. but it'll be here before you know it.
Before my birthday? Or...
No.
Hey!
Yeah, for us, or Neil, all the water was underneath the building, so it broke off underneath the floor. So it was, at least it was wet on the ground below and not a flood inside. But we got the water shut off pretty quick because I had the shut offs just right outside.
There's like a million crawl spaces.
Yeah.
In every single one of them, so I get in them.
Yeah, there's several different. The way the building's laid out, it's like several buildings that they just added on and kept adding on to, and so there's all kinds of different ways to get in and out, and trying to find the right way because I was wanting the shortest way to get there, but I ended up having to go in the long way and just going around because the other ones weren't just set up right.
There was a big one.
49 days till the expo.
Hooray!
Yep, you ready?
How many days is my birthday?
What is today? The 2nd?
And cake. And
Yes.
cake.
So 22.
22 days.
Yeah, I like that song.
What?
Yeah.
22 days?
No.
What?
I just forgot.
You look sleepy too.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You ready for bed?
No.
Okay.
It's a cake.
Yep. Carolyn Lancaster says, "Hello, Abby."
I always get them mixed up.
Yep. Neil said, "I had a tap faucet that wouldn't turn off. Luckily, there are quarter turn valves on every pipe." Yeah, we don't have the quarter turn valves, but there's valves on most of them. But like I said, our problem is this broke off below the valve.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just a mess, but it was PVC. I just had to buy a cap to cap it off for now. So Willie Brewer says your birthday is the same as his mom's.
Penny said, "Funny how a month is a long way off for Abby, but a short time for us."
Your birthday,
Yep.
22 days.
Seems like a long time for you, doesn't it?
So I get cake.
Yep, cake.
Yeah.
What kind of cake are you wanting this year?
A strawberry.
A what?
Strawberry.
Oh,
But what do you want?
what design?
What kind of design do you want mommy to make?
Horse.
A horse?
Horse.
Kind of like Izzy's unicorn?
But horse.
Oh, no.
Horse.
A unicorn,
I want-
a unicorn without a horn?
Yeah, I want an orange horse. Because
An
it
orange
represents
horse.
waffles.
Okay.
And I love waffles.
Yes,
Yes,
the 24th. Oh. Neil said Abby's having another birthday. She only had one last year and she's having another one. Yep.
Unfortunately, she's getting older. Goes by too fast.
Nick said maybe we can get Rhett to sing to you like you did for Zoe.
Satin said you have a pretty headband.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Dakota's is the 25th. My mom's is the 25th. So we have Abby's on the 24th and my mom on the 25th. So
Her name is
And
Bella.
usually I make a cake for Abby and then I make another one for his mom too.
Momo.
Yep, for Momo.
Her name is not Momo though.
Nick, if you can't get him to sing, I bet you can get him to show us some cars. Rhett likes to show cars on their lives. His little monster truck toys.
Oh my. Ow.
Yeah. He's always wanting to show off his toys.
Who's right?
Their son, Farmer Rhett.
Click on Ed's comment. I like it. Ed said, "Life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it rolls by." I figured
Yep.
she'd get a kick out of that.
And with 3 girls in the house, we go through a lot of toilet paper. We have to set a limit on Izzy because otherwise she'll unroll half a roll. So
Yeah.
we have to give her a number of squares she's allowed to use.
Okay.
Huh?
Camel. If Abby could have any animal,
She would like to have a baby camel.
Yeah,
Not gonna happen, no.
or a baby panda, a baby animal,
that's definitely not.
or a crocodile.
Or a what?
Crocodile.
A crocodile.
Or giraffe. Or a rhino. I want a baby rhino.
Baby rhino. Well, we
Yeah.
don't have pen for that when they get big. Sure enough, couldn't keep them in.
Yeah.
I'd be scared. I want
Um,
a giraffe.
almost a leap year, right? Yep, close, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a leap year baby, then you only be like 3 years old now. It only rolls around every 4 years.
Penny said that was not expected on her answers. Yeah, she has some animals that she loves that are definitely a little more exotic than what we'll have here on the farm.
Yes, she will be 10.
Mm-hmm. You're silly.
Yep.
The more tired you get, the goofier you get.
Yeah, she'll be 10. Like I said, I don't know what we're gonna get her for her birthday yet. She hasn't given us a
A
good
horse,
list.
a baby horse.
No,
Yes,
not
yes, a giraffe.
stick horse.
No.
I'll tell you what, we'll take you to the expo for your birthday.
Nah. Disney.
Yes. No. I'm answering a comment, not you. No.
We're not going to Disney for your birthday.
No, because Old Con Homestead, their oldest is 10, and it went by so fast. I was agreeing, yes, it does go by
Goes
way
by.
too fast.
No,
Yeah.
you said Disney. Whatever, man.
Okay, Neil's got your birthday added to his calendar.
Will we do a live on my birthday? Please.
We'll see. Depends on what day it falls. I don't remember what day.
It's Saturday.
Mm,
Think Daddy's working.
Be here
Probably
on
not,
Saturday.
unless it's an early live.
It's an early live. Be here on Saturday.
Oh, Zoe wants a monkey. Well, y'all need to come to the exotic animal
Mhm.
sale
want to
because they have
too.
tons of them. But
I don't want to.
after going to that, she might change her mind because
Yeah.
they're just
No.
they seem cute and cuddly at first until you're around and you're just like, don't
Yeah.
think so.
Well, there was a chameleon for only $50, and I wanted it.
$50. That's well, I don't know if that's an expensive chameleon or not, but
So
what do you
Okay.
do with it?
put it on your head.
Your head?
Yes.
Oh goodness.
Penny said you're a good reader, Abby.
Neil Izzy's birthday is September 28th.
I am a monkey.
Nick, you may just have to call in sick.
It's definitely a lot of fun.
Just be sick of work for the day.
Sick at work for the day.
But yeah, no, if you're able to get off sometime, which I don't think they've announced the spring dates for this year yet,
Not that I've seen.
but it's a lot of fun. Even if you don't buy anything, it's just
Mhm.
fun. Because, like I said, you have to be careful buying the stuff because it's not always what they say it is.
Mhm.
And so you'll get some surprises. But
Hey, you may have to go to bed soon. You're getting a little too goofy.
yeah, Willie says monkeys can be nasty. Yes, they
Mhm.
can.
No, they can't.
Let's see.
Yeah,
No.
there were some odors going on in there.
I saw otters. They were very noisy.
Carolyn said that Izzy has the same birthday as her mom. She's in heaven now.
Yep. September 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still haven't posted the spring dates yet, so it says check back often to find them. So, but usually it's in April, I think. So you may just have to take off every weekend in April. Let's see. Penny says, my dad was a veterinarian and he would not let us ever have a monkey around. They can transmit diseases to humans.
Nope, I don't want one now.
You don't want one now.
Dad, you gotta got one. I climb everything.
Hmm?
I want to climb.
Yeah. She's monkey enough for us.
Yeah.
She's a climber. Always into everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What else you had going on, Abs?
I don't know.
Getting school close to winding down for too much longer.
Yeah.
Well, you got about 50 more days of school?
No,
Something
it's
like
too
that.
many.
It's
I mean,
not
it's over.
bad.
It's too many.
Neil said Izzy's birthday is just 3 weeks after Addison's.
Wait, which
The Addison, Addison Eddie.
Addison Eddie. Your friend Addison.
Let's see. Penny said, you're a sweetheart.
one?
Most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a little bit of a mean streak in her, but it doesn't come out too often. It's usually with her sister when it
Yeah.
does.
You know,
But-
that sisterly love.
But Izzy's got a mean streak too. It's a little bit bigger than Abby's.
Nice, this tiny hairs is.
No.
No, she's sweet most of the time.
It's usually when you start pushing her buttons.
Old Pecan said you and their middle one would get along climbing.
Yeah.
You're definitely a climber. That's the truth. The only birthday you want to forget is yours. Yeah. They roll around too often.
Ow. I put my eyeball.
Don't poke your eyeballs.
Well, these are sharp.
That's why you're supposed to be careful with.
I make no promise. But I can't.
Yeah, this week we've been enjoying the weather because it's been spring-like weather.
But it's the middle of January.
That's
Yeah.
the end of January.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
end
actually
of
beginning of
January.
February.
It's beginning of February.
Okay, stop. But yeah, we're fixing to start getting rain again for the weekend. I was hoping that it was going to stay sunny
Yeah.
and stuff for a little bit longer, but at least it's not freezing weather. And luckily, the old groundhog said we're gonna have an early spring. I hope he's right.
All right. Wait, what?
Yeah, Groundhog Day
When?
today. Wasn't it today? Yeah,
Mhm.
this morning. Yeah,
I thought it was
I think the new stuff said it was today.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It
What
was.
it is?
Huh?
What it do?
Spring, early spring. Not 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh, wait, that's not long.
So I hope he's right because I'm ready to get some spring planting done and get
Yeah.
a garden going.
And I get
All the fun stuff.
and the butterflies.
Butterflies,
Right.
bees, harvest some honey.
I love that. I love that.
Which today it was like 70 something. This afternoon they were flying around everywhere. So
Favorite?
I've got to check one of the hives because I didn't see any flying. I mean, they're all together, so it's hard to tell what's what. But like, I didn't see any all over it, so I'm not sure if they made it through the big cold snap we had. But I want to check. But I know some of them are because because they were swarming pretty good on it, like flying around, not like swarming like a leaving. They were just out and about. I guess they were enjoying the warm weather too. We have five hives now.
Yeah.
Because we had 3 and I split 1. So yeah, 5.
I love the little bees.
Penny said, Abby, you'll always have to take care of your little sister. She said she's still taking care of hers, who's 57. You always have to look out for each other.
Yep.
That's what sisters do.
Sometimes.
I still keep track of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a grown up too.
Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's my friend too.
Joan says that she's late to the party, but hey everyone. Hey Joan, how are you?
Hey.
Carolyn asked if we get a lot of honey. This is hopefully this year. I'm not sure because we had hives. We purchased packaged bees the spring before last, and we had them mailed in. They didn't survive the winter, and so this year we got nukes locally, which is essentially half of a hive. It's 5 frames with a queen, bees, eggs, all that stuff. And so we put those in, and those seem to be doing better. And so whenever the nectar flow starts in the spring, we'll put some supers on, and hopefully we'll have some honey. We know some people that did like a fall harvest, but with them being brand new to us and trying to get their hive established, not knowing how bad the winter was, I didn't want to steal any of their honey. And some of the people who did, their bees died. So it's just, we wanted to give ours the best chance, and I'd rather delay honey a year and have strong hives than to steal from them and then let them starve to death. So we did that. And then there's also in a shed at my parents' house, there's some bees have built into the wall of the shed. So in the spring, when things warm up a little better, we will we'll probably try to get those and put them in a box, but I didn't want to do it before the real cold hit because I wanted to give them the best chance ever, because they wouldn't be where they're at now. They're established and will make it, but I didn't want to do something that was going to end up making them die.
I love bees. I don't, they don't want to stay. They're sweet. Our bees are nice.
Yeah.
One landed on me.
Neil said, I can't wait for summer to get here. I'm fed up with the miserable cold weather. I want the miserable summer weather instead. I would take the summer weather over the miserable cold too.
You gotta put on layers.
I'm just glad it's not miserable cold right now.
You just gotta put on layers of layers and layers of layers and clothes.
Nick said that they're moving bees at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, early morning is a good time to do it before they start stirring.
No.
Yeah. Because if you do it whenever it's warm out, they're going to be flying all around you.
Yeah, they wouldn't sting me.
Yeah. On the fall harvest, some people do that. And then, like I said, you can get it twice a year as long as the weather cooperates and there's enough nectar and everything. I know a lot of people here do a spring one and then, like I said, a fall one too. I don't know. One of them's heavier than the other. I don't remember which one it is because, like I said, we've not done that yet. But I know my sister, whenever she had bees, because one of the hives we got from her that we have here. And and she did. I think she always did. Maybe she did both. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But no, this will be our first round of it, so we'll see how it goes this spring. The way we do it, we just keep watch of. We're in a couple of Facebook groups about honeybees that's here in Central Arkansas, and we just keep watch of them to kind of see what's going on.
Bees are sweet.
Yeah, local honey is expensive. Just paid $10 for a pint. Yes, it is. But also raising bees is expensive.
No.
It's a very expensive venture or hobby, depending on how you're doing it. Because you got to think, because the initial setup, just for the bees themselves, you got to have like a brood box, which is like a medium size with like 10 frames or whatever. And then when you start harvesting, you have a super, which is like a smaller box that goes on top of it. And it's got 10 frames, and that's where they put all the honey. And you just got to keep building on that. Ordering in bees, I forgot how much they were, but it's like a couple $100 or close to it.
I'll just go
for the
some
bees.
ones.
And then, like I said, the hives, depending on hive boxes and things. I mean, you're probably looking at a couple $100 there. By the time you buy a bee suit, smoker,
toys for them.
harvesting equipment and everything. I mean, it gets very expensive. So eventually it should turn around where it starts paying for itself, but not yet. So we're hoping for a good harvest.
Yeah.
Mm,
Penny said huge thunderstorms happening in Wichita Falls right now. Probably end up in your area later.
What now?
yeah, that's what we were talking
Yeah.
about earlier. We've got rain set for Saturday and Sunday. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's light enough, or there's some gaps in it where I can get some work done. Because, like I said, we rented a mini excavator to do a little bit of dirt work, and if not, I'll do it all on Monday. But
For how long did we run it?
we have to take it back on Monday afternoon.
How many days was that?
Well, if you don't count today, you have like from today to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, 3 days.
Neil said, had a roof guy here today fixing the big hole in my roof that was created by the nasty storm winds we had the other day.
What?
Mm.
I'm scared.
Joan asked
That's
where
so
the
funny.
Eddies tonight. They've had a rough week and a busy week and trying to take care of Dixie and everything else. So my guess is they're probably trying to rest up.
Probably.
But 'cause like I said, they've not only just dealing with everything, but Brandon was just getting over his surgery and a roller coaster of emotions of everything going on with her. So I figure they just need a chill night to get back to themselves and take care of themselves. So that'd be my guess.
Hey, why don't you tell everybody night night?
What?
Let's go to bed.
Okay.
Tell them bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
She's about to fall asleep.
Yep. Good night. I'm gonna have to start getting supplies then. We haven't harvested any yet. This is our 3rd year. Yeah, like I said, I guess this is technically our 3rd year too, but the first year we got packaged bees instead of getting nukes. And so by the time they built everything, like I said, they just didn't make it through the winter. And so this will be like our first year to harvest as long as everything goes okay. And since I know at least, like I said, I've got to check one because I'm not sure how they are doing, but the other ones survived the cold that we had. So I think we'll have a pretty good harvester. I'm hoping so. Let's see. We already talked to Neil. Let's see. We hit a big harvest in July, but decided not to in the fall. Wasn't heavy enough, so we left it to get the bees through the winter. Yeah, that's like I said, that was our big thing because there was some honey in there, but like I said, I wasn't sure everything that everybody was talking about that this was going to be a very bad winter and it's going to be a long winter. So, like I said, I wanted to give them every chance they could have, but hopefully, maybe it's going to be turning around. We'll have better weather now, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm just hoping we get some honey this year. At least the ground will be soft. I hope we get breaks too. Ground to saturate. Yeah, that's us. It's all so wet, and I can only imagine how spring's going to be trying to plant. Because I mean, a lot of times, like potatoes and things, would be February into March, and like I said, the way it is now, there is no way in the world that we could plant anything, let alone the tractor getting through it. But then it ended up rotting anyhow because the ground here is just there's mud everywhere. Because after the hard freeze, the snow, and then all the rain after that, it's just a mucky mess. Oh, there's Dean. Glad you can make it, Dean. Oh, he's at the auction. He can't hear anything. Well, we'll throw that up there so you can see it anyhow.
Mhm.
Penny's exhausted just watching what the Eddies went through this week. Yeah. It was bad. Like I said, I talked to Brandon one night, and they were having a tough time. Like I said, I'm glad that the surgery went well, and it looks like everything's going good. So I think things are at least a turn for the better. So we're just hoping that things keep working out with Dixie like they were. Why I wore the red shirt, and it's in honor of Eddie Family Farm Red Shirt Day. Let's see.
Yeah, Abby was about to fall asleep right here on the table, so.
Yeah, but if we wouldn't have sent her to bed, she'd have stayed here as long as we would have let her.
Mhm.
Neil said at the auction here, just fine. You just can't understand a word they're saying. Yeah, some of those auctioneers can really get into it.
Yeah.
Neil loves fresh honey. Me too.
Yes. The
Yeah.
best.
It is, like I said, because which we had fresh honey from my sister's hives whenever she had them, but like I said, we just haven't got them yet.
Mhm.
If you have asthma or allergy, take a couple spoonfuls of local honey within 5 miles of your location.
Yes, I
Yeah.
have heard that.
Yeah, and let's see. Kimberly has allergies. Izzy's got them some.
Hmm.
Abby a little bit, but Abby also has asthma.
Yeah.
So
That's something-
hopefully, whenever we get that, we can put that to the test and see how it works out.
Yep.
I had to count up, and with the 3 adult dogs, are down to 10.5 legs. Yeah. And even if it didn't work for the allergies, local honey is the only way to go because it is delicious.
Yes.
Oh, whoops. Jacob said he hopes that we and the Eddies have a better week next week. I think it will be. Like I said, this week was rough, but so we got past that. We've had a lot of tears at the front end of the week, but now it's a few sobs every now and then whenever the girls really get to thinking about it, but they're doing a lot better. So it's just going to take time.
Yeah. Abby took it especially rough. After the video, she broke down, but then she finally started talking about it a little bit, and then she was able to calm down quite a bit. So
yeah,
today's not been too bad for her. So
yeah. Plus, I've been keeping them busy working, so that's helped keep their mind off of it. Because, like I said, we've been working a lot. I made them a deal that we were bagging leaves. I was told them they're like 42-gallon trash bags full. So I was like, told them I'd give them $1 for each bag they filled and to split because they were working together. And so I think they did 10 or 12 bags. I forgot. We'll have to ask them what the count is, but they'll get paid a little better than that because they were helping to pick up sticks and everything else too. So, but seems to motivate them because I told them after they earn their money, we'd take them to Dollar Tree and they go shopping. And Abby, she didn't know what she wanted yet, but Izzy said she wants to get crochet supplies. Told her I didn't know if Dollar Tree had that or not, but we could find them somewhere.
Her mama was teaching her how to crochet. I have honestly never learned. Something I would like to learn, but
I knew how to whenever I was younger because whenever we'd stay with my grandmother, she crocheted Afghans and everything, and so that's one thing. Whenever she'd start crocheting, we'd all the grandkids there, we'd always want to do it too. So she'd break out a bunch of yarn and stuff, and we'd usually make chains and things like that. Nothing real big, not like an Afghan or anything. But so I learned that. So I was able to show Izzy how to make chains, but I'm not good enough to teach her because trying to teach her how to hold the yarn right and all that, because it's been so long since I did it. I mean, it started coming back to me the more I played around with it, but I told her, I was like, I'm not the right person to teach you. I was like, I can show you how to do it, but as for trying to get here and teach you to do it, so my mom's helping her do that. Yeah, finding, which there should be some, you would think there would be some honey in the big cities, but I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. I mean, the bees go out and forage, so you don't have to have a whole lot of land. So you'd think there'd be somebody that would at least be trying that market unless there's some sort of regulations or something that says you can't have bees. Penny's dad made her sister take honey each day for allergies. Yeah. So I'm beginning to think it may just be that year for everybody because there's been a lot of just watching the different pages and everything and talking to the different people. I mean, it seems like everybody's having some rough times right now. It's not just us or the Eddies. I mean, there's several people.
Mhm.
Every
Wow.
Oh, I hope that it just turns into rain by the time it makes
Yeah.
it to us, because I do not want thunderstorms.
No.
Joan asked, she missed it. Who did we lose? Little Timmy, the baby goat that we had
Mhm.
born here on the farm. He was born whenever we had all that really cold weather, and it was like on one of the coldest nights, and um, his hooves had gotten frostbit, and he'd started. We thought it was a defect at first, but he just started getting worse and worse on his walking. So we took him to the vet, and they said there was nothing that could be done. But as cold as the weather was then, they said just a little bit of time is all it would take, because whenever them being wet when they're born, it doesn't take much for them to get frostbite. Because whenever he was born, my mom got him and took him down and put him in the house. We were gone whenever he was born, but she did that. But like I said, it was just something that couldn't be helped. So he had to be put to sleep, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Neil's mom tried to teach him to knit. His best pair was
Knit 1, purl 1, drop 3.
oh, yep. Don't know. I have never knitted. I know it's similar to crocheting, but I mean,
I
not
used to
quite.
knit some, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people are having trouble with animals right now. We appreciate that,
Yeah.
Joan. Like I said, which that video, we put it out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a video about it 2 days ago, because like I said, we'd had concerns a little bit longer than that, but it was just, so we thought at first it might have been a joint issue, and so we thought maybe he was just missing a mineral or something. So we tried that first, and then we are going to try splinting, but it just, when we got to look at it, I was like, something just doesn't look right. And so as soon as it was the weekend whenever we noticed that, and the vet wasn't open until Monday, but they said there was nothing that could be done. There are a few places with hives on their roofs, but in heavily populated areas, most people don't want a large number of bees buzzing about. That's true, but honeybees normally aren't too bad as long as you don't mess with them. Like I said, just
Yeah.
flying around stuff. I mean, even messing with their hives. I mean, I've been stung some, but not that bad. Unless, like I said, unless you really get them stirred up.
Yeah. See, I learned knitting first too. And then maybe you tried to show me crochet once. I don't remember. But yeah, I never did pick it up. I never did very much with knitting though. I think I did some pot holders or something, but that was about it.
Yeah, crocheting. I don't know that I ever finished a project. I think I got pretty good ways into them, but I don't know that I ever finished one, because, like I said, we just mainly did it at my grandmother's for fun whenever we would be with her. Appreciate that,
Thank
Penny.
you, Penny.
Yeah, it was a rough one. We were trying to figure out, because, like I said, after getting the news, like I said, the girls were with Kimberly whenever they were at the vet, but they didn't quite understand what the vet was saying whenever he said it, and so we had to explain what he was saying and why it had to be done. But they understood, but it's still rough on them.
Yeah.
Debbie, sorry I'm late. Hi from Kansas City. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Oh, Candy also. Oh, yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Like I said, I've been keeping the girls busy and everything, so their mind's been off of it here the last few days. I mean, till we come home. There's my mother.
Hey.
You missed the girls. They're already in
Yeah.
bed. Izzy was ready a little while ago, and then Abby, she's about to fall asleep sitting right here, so we sent her to bed.
Oh goodness.
Oh, flu and a kidney infection. Yeah, so far we've not had the flu.
I did take both girls and myself to the doctor this week. Izzy, she had been complaining about her ear hurting. She has she got tubes back in the summer last year. One has already fallen out. And we just went to the ENT last week, but then the one with the tube in it, that's still there, it started hurting. So I started doing the drops. And then one evening she just started just bawling with it, saying it was hurting. So I was like, well, it's probably time for other antibiotics. And I had just not been feeling well a couple days. And then Abby said she had a sore throat. So we went and got checked, and Izzy did, in fact, have a pretty bad ear infection in the one ear. The ear without the tube was fine. I have double ear infections, so taking antibiotics to get over that. Abby, they said hers was most likely just allergies because it was nothing contagious or anything.
Well, hers we think too, because the ear that was hurting is the same
Mhm.
side she lost the tooth on. So we're
Abby.
wondering on Abby if it wasn't the pressure from that. So when she pulled the tooth, she hasn't complained anymore since then. So we're thinking maybe the other tooth coming in, pushing on that one might have been what was causing. She might not have recognized it was actually jaw pain that was going up to her
Yeah.
ear or something like that. But like I said, since the tooth's come out, she's not had any issues. Let's see. Neil said, after what happened with Dixie, I tried to avoid too many videos with sad sounding titles. I get depressed easily. It's probably why I do silly a lot. It picks me up seeing other people laugh. Yeah, and like I said, the timing of that just happened because Brandon and I had actually talked, and like I said, we're just a little slower about getting videos edited and put out than he, because I mean he's in
Yeah.
a constant routine, and so with us, ours was actually Monday whenever everything had happened on. So talking to Brandon about it, and then found out that happened. So it just so happened that they all came out at the same time. But yeah, a lot of sad stuff. All right, Nick. Yeah, you got an early morning, but appreciate you stopping in and have a good night and good luck with the bees. Don't get stung. I'm going to take these guineas home if I have to rob a bank. Yeah. Depending on where you go, guineas can go for either a lot or not too bad. But I know that Brandon took all the guineas home from the last auction we were at. Well, all the juvenile guineas. There's some older ones I think that he didn't take, but everything else. Debbie said she's doing good. Mom is crying because she missed the girls. Yep, Neil, if only rubbing a bank would work the same way.
Yeah.
Hey, Isabel, how are you doing?
Hi.
You just missed our Isabel.
Yep.
Hey, Cindy, how are you doing? Glad you could stop by.
Yep.
Candy sending prayers. We appreciate those.
I do appreciate that.
Okay, finally caught up. Candy, you might have just missed Chestnut Hills. He was just dropping off. They got to get up in the morning and move bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penny, that's what we've got one guinea.
Started with 4.
Yeah, but we bought them from Atwoods. Atwoods. And so it was just what they had, and
2 just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, 2 disappeared, and one of them just, I don't know, its feet were messed up, and it just looked bad, and it didn't make it. But the one is still out there and is quite the alarm animal. If it hears anything going on, it just starts making all kinds of racket. And so we'll see how good it does with the ticks, but
yeah,
I don't know how to tell a male from a female, and I haven't looked it up yet, so I'm not sure what we have on the guineas. But are we in a wooded area? No, Penny, we are not. where we are used to be wooded years ago, but it's been cleared and it's like pasture now, up on a hill. But it's all pretty well open all around us. I mean, there's not any woods until you get back to the river that is a good ways behind our house. So no, it's all open right here close. We have a few coyotes and stuff that run across the pastures, but not really anything that comes right here on us.
No.
And like I said, no woods. We've only got like a couple trees on the whole place, other than some fruit trees and stuff that we have. But like native trees or anything like that, it's all been cut. There were some growing up in like the fence row and everything, but we had those cleaned up too.
Yeah.
Then the only other things were a couple of really big pine trees that were right in the way, and we're blocking out where we wanted to plant some berries and stuff. So we had those taken out.
Trying to read that.
There, you can read it.
That alpha-gal tick disease is really on the rise from ticks.
I don't even know what that is.
I hadn't heard, but tick-borne illnesses are rough.
Yep. Yeah, I don't, like I said, we usually don't have a whole lot of problem with ticks either.
We did last year, though. Remember, we had a few times the girls had tick bites, which part of it was after we had been in the woods, but
yeah, I was gonna say in the woods. I was just trying to. Oh, that's the one that makes you allergic to meat.
Okay,
oh,
gotcha.
I do not want that. No. No, which after having the C word sickness, beef hasn't really tasted the same to me ever since having that. I can still eat it and stuff, but like eating a hamburger, I just don't really care for them anymore. I mean, every now and then it's okay, but I don't know. It just doesn't taste the same as what it used to. So usually I stick with chicken. That's one of my go-tos. Yeah, Carolyn Lancaster's brother has that and can't eat red meat. I know of a few people around here that have it, but like I said, that's awful. I just can't imagine. It'd be hard to eat out anywhere because of cross contamination. Because I mean, I know that that's a pretty serious thing, and with Kimberly having her gluten allergy, there's lots of cross contamination with that. And I mean, hers is not as serious of a deal as the ones who are allergic to the red meat, because I mean, it can be deadly to them. But let's see. Kyle with KS Get Out has really had a horrible time with it. That's not good.
No.
Oh, me.
Vegetarian by proxy. The cows eat the grass. I eat the cows.
Yep, that works out.
That's funny.
Yeah, like I said, the biggest thing around here, we've been having trouble with Betty and Hulk. They kept getting out of their electric fence that we had them in.
Mostly her.
Yeah, she would do it, and then he could get out because of that. And so then we put them in big pasture. It's got field fence. Well, then she started finding ways to get out of that. And so, which part of it's in bad shape, I'm not going to lie, because I had cows in it at one time, and they were bad about pushing through it and everything. And there's one side that needs replaced. It was still pretty good. I mean, it's the side where the goats were getting out. And so we put them in. We figured with them having a big open area, they would just stay in and everything. And like I said, Hulk did good, and Betty wasn't actually going out where the holes in the fences were, because it's not really big holes. It's big enough the goats can fit through, but it'd still be tight for her. But she was just going and pushing the fence up and going underneath it. And so
caught her in the act.
We finally figured out where she was getting out at. And so I took their electric fence netting and I just ran it down that side of the fence. And since we did that, she stayed in. And since that's the side the goats were getting out of too, I went ahead and put the goats back out in that pen. Rascal. And so far, everything's getting along and staying in the pen. We are going to, as soon as the ground dries out some and where we can, we're going to cross fence and kind of split stuff up a little bit different. Most of them have been together most of their lives, and so, or at least since we've had them,
Yeah.
and they all get along. Like I said, we haven't had any issues. Usually, the only thing is we're wondering if Spice might be in heat because she and one of the other ones have been kind of back and forth a little. So we're not sure on that, but we're just gonna wait and see. But like I said, everything else gets along. So right now they're just all kind of running together, but we are gonna split them up. We just got to wait till the ground dries out, and then plus funds for fencing because it's not cheap. But
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This week I was a little frustrated with Betty. There was one evening he had to be. Well, she was getting out, and she would wait till it was dark.
Yes.
To get out, and you'd hear the dogs barking, and which is, I mean, it's good that she would come up to the house if she got out, but at the same time, if it's 9:30 at night, you do not want to be chasing a pig in the dark. But there was one evening he was gone, and I heard the dog start up, and I went, oh no. So I chased this pig around the yard for 30 minutes, get her down to the pen. She won't go in. So I had to run up and grab Izzy. And I was like, hey, come work the gate for me. Well, then when Izzy gets there, she won't go to the gate. And then all the other animals just stand there and stare at Izzy. So I said, go feed the other ones. And I couldn't run anymore at that point. So I was wearing my boots and everything, and they were heavy. And then Betty comes over to the gate, and she just stands there and looks at me. And she finally trotted in. And I went, oh my goodness, I've about had enough of you right now.
Yeah, the biggest thing when she'd come up here is because she'd always get into the cat feed.
Yeah.
And so, because the cats always have feed out. And so there's one day I went out and I noticed that several of our feed barrels were knocked over and just stuff was in a mess. And then I saw tracks, and I thought one of my dad's calves had gotten out. So I'm like, what in the world? Because I didn't see them anywhere around, but there was hoof prints everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I didn't ever call my dad to ask him if he had anything out or noticed anything, but I just got to going while I was feeding the animals. Whenever I got down to Hulk and Betty's pen, they were nowhere to be found. I was like, oh no. And so I get to looking, I finally found they were in our side pasture, which luckily they were still on our property. Like I said, unless they go out by the highway, I mean, they're pretty much going to be here. They'd have to go through a fence somewhere, but luckily, most of the time they would just come up to the house because they were back behind our houses where we were keeping them before we moved them down to by the greenhouse. But like I said, there for a while it was like a daily occurrence of putting them up, and
turned into a couple times a day for a couple of days there, right at the end. But it all ended with that fence. So
yeah, but like I said, I was hoping that the fence would work, but
so far so good.
We do not have any livestock guardian dogs.
Not at the moment.
No. We got llamas and donkeys are also used for that, and we've got one llama and donkeys, and so right now that's what we have. Plus, like I said, where we've had everything, we've not had any issues because there are coyotes around, but they usually don't come where our animals are because all of our fences are like field fence. I know they get in if they want to, but generally they're back behind our house toward the river, which is, I mean, you can hear them howling and stuff, but I mean, it's not like
nowhere too close.
No, generally whenever I like try to shine a light, they're not close enough you can see them. You can just hear them, but
can't see eyes or anything.
Yeah. But so far, no issues with that. We've talked about possibly getting one, but we've just not.
We do have dogs. The girls both have
miniature schnauzers.
Miniature schnauzer puppies. Yeah. Well, I say puppies. They're close. Are they? I don't remember if they're a year old or close, but
yeah, no, it's their puppies that are barking that are.
Yeah,
we're
they're
hearing.
good little guard dogs. They'll let you know if something's up. They can't do a whole lot about it, but they stay pinned up at night though. Neil said, "I know where you can get a fresh livestock guardian dog."
Yeah, I know that Brandon's got some, and I know that they've got some at Old Pecan also, but I don't know.
They're awfully cute and tempting.
Yeah.
Candy said, "Pigs are the worst to get out. I always helped my great grandmother when hers got out when I was a child."
Yeah, ours, like I said, until recently,
Yeah, we've never had
haven't
issues.
had any issues. But like I said, they did it once and realized they could, and then they just kept on. But
And it's crazy because when Betty gets out, Hulk is beside himself. He is not a happy camper.
yeah, because there was one day when she got out, she wouldn't go back into the pen where he was, but she went into their old pen. So I just fastened her there and left them separated for the night. And then the next day we got them back together, but he wasn't too happy about it.
Oh, your mom said, and a Labrador. Yes, the girls have a lab puppy at Momo and Granddad's house.
Yeah, but it's not coming here.
No.
He tears up stuff too much.
He does. He likes to fetch a lot of random items.
Yeah, a funny story. The girls, his name's Pablo, and they came home. They said, Pablo, was it an alcoholic or drunk?
Drunk.
They said Pablo's a drunk. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, he drinks all the time. I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, he's always got beer cans. And so he's going in the ditches along the road. He's picking up beer cans and bringing them. And I'm just like, oh, goodness. I was like, that he's just getting the cans. It's like, he's not drinking that, but they were just having a time with it. They was just like him always pulling up the cans. I was like, people need to quit littering then.
Yeah. Old Pecan said they truly have the best temperaments.
Yeah.
Neil, Dixie's a magic dog. She started off with 10
Oh,
puppies,
yeah.
lost one, and still had 10.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I like about. I mean, they're relatively calm, that breed of dog and everything, and so I'd rather have that than something that's real spunky, just because.
Yeah.
I don't know, the girls. We had a years ago. They had a red healer, and I mean they were just so spunky and wild. I mean she would jump up on them all the time. And they got where they were scared of dogs. They didn't like them because it hurt whenever they were getting jumped on. You know, she was just being friendly and loving on, but her claws would hurt. So they got for a while where they didn't even like. Abby was terrified, didn't like dogs at all. And they finally got over that because they started getting around small dogs, and so now they like big dogs and everything else too. And so something calm that's not going to go crazy on them when it gets bigger would be nice. But like I said, I don't know if we're ready to add that to our place yet. Let's see. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Getting close to processing chickens.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Very close. Except if the weather was not crazy, I mean, we could pretty much do it any day, but we're just trying to get the cleanup done at the daycare property. Since we've got that started, it was nice weather. We're trying to get all that done because it's needed it, but with it being cold and nasty, we just didn't fool with it. So once we get that done, it'll probably be maybe next week or the next weekend, whenever I'm off, that we'll get the chicken processing done. Because like I said, they're nice size now. We're just kind of, I mean, they're still eating and everything, and So hopefully we'll get that done.
Yep.
I would never get a Chihuahua. They can be really mean. My friend had one. I called it a Rottweiler. Yeah, my sister's got a Chihuahua. Or, yeah.
Mhm.
Is it Jaja? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a Chihuahua, and like I said, it's nice though. I mean, it's a sweet one. She had one whenever we were growing up. I forgot what its name was, but he was a pain. But
I always had
Skipper,
bigger
maybe?
dogs.
I don't remember. If she's watching, she can text me in a minute. I think it's Skipper. Dad was asked to be on television for an evening with Dr. Leggett. They asked him what one dog he would choose if he only had one type on earth. No hesitation, he said Labrador Retriever. Yeah, like I said, they are nice. Like I said, he's
very smart.
It takes them forever to get out of the puppy stage, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Pixie. I thought she had one named Skipper too.
Lynn said my brother has a Chihuahua. She's a yapper. Definitely can be.
Yep. Loyal, smart, and family friendly.
Very much so.
Oops. 6 labs, 2 give away. Yeah, like I said, labs, I mean, they're neat dogs and everything, but like I said, they just seems like they get into everything. Okay, Skipper wasn't a Chihuahua. Okay, beats me. But yeah, ready to get the chicken processing done, get those put up, and then plus we can have fresh chicken instead of just fresh pork.
That'd be so nice to have that in the freezer.
And then we still need to finish the peacock pen. Like I said, we started that, and then we started getting all the snow and everything, and held off on that. So we just got a little bit left to do on that. We've got a video of that ready, of the part we've got done. So I don't know if it'll be what's out next or not, but we've got it mostly done.
Yep.
And then, like I said, the next big thing is I'm ready for gardening season. It's about time to start seeds in the little greenhouse so that we'll have like tomatoes, peppers, things like that to plant in the high tunnel as soon as it warms up enough to do that. May have to repair a little bit of the plastic on the high tunnel because on one of the edges it's tearing a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, it's about time to replace them as old as it is, because the plastic's only like rated for like 4 years, which usually we get quite a bit more than that. I'm trying to think. We might have had that one. How long have we had that one now?
The little one?
No, the big one.
Oh, the big one.
Down the far one. The second one. 5, 6 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's 5 or 6 years. So we've got a lot of use out of it. Plus, it's had a pretty rough life because it's had some snow. We had some shade cloth on top of it and didn't realize one year that it's supposed to snow when it did. And so
how much?
It stuck to it, and that shade cloth, it wouldn't let it slide off very easy. And so it's been put through the ringer, but it's held up. But I'm going to try to I'll get at least one more year, but I think if I just tape that one area to be okay, but another year or two will need to be replaced.
Yeah.
But we replaced the plastic on the little greenhouse this last year because the storm tore it off. But it was old too because it had been on since 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas. That's funny. Old Pecan said they hunt sheds have titles and all, but this one, their son never quit barking.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. A barking dog that barks all the time. Like I said, if they have a reason, that's one thing. But yeah, we've had some that just bark at every little thing. Like I said, the two the girls have now usually aren't too bad.
No.
It's usually when they are, it's something going on. Either they hear
Mhm.
coyotes in the distance or Betty's out. Let's see. Penny's dad was a big duck hunter.
Probably his favorite thing about them. Yeah. They are good duck dogs.
I've never been duck hunting.
Mm-mm.
Usually because I don't know. I'm a fair weather hunter. Got to be nice. I don't want to be cold or too hot. But especially not cold. Like I said, I'd rather deal with the heat than the cold any day.
Yeah.
But
she said he and Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty would have been best friends.
yeah, if he likes duck hunting, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here, Abs. Abby's still up or back up. Oh, also with the weather warming up, we've started getting more eggs again. There for a while with the shorter days and the cold days, we were just getting like one or two like every couple of days or something. But now they're starting to lay pretty good again. Our American breasts, we've still got probably another 6 weeks on them before they start laying. I think they'll start laying probably right before the Okie Homestead. So it might be right after, but it's right around that time. So we're looking forward to that. Ready to try some of the eggs. Plus, I want to incubate some. We bought 25 of those and had lost 3, but they were straight run chicks. And I counted up the other day, and I think we've got 12 that are going to be hens and 10 roosters. So on those, we'll keep a couple of roosters so that we'll have fertile eggs. But then other than that, we're going to process the roosters whenever they get a little older too. So we may be able to do a side-by-side comparison of a regular broiler compared to it. But we're wanting to see, because if that's the case, instead of having to buy broiler chicks in, we'll be able to just hatch out our own and raise them up that way. I've seen a few people say that. I hope ours do, but they
got really sick and we lost several. Taking a test in next week to make sure it's not mycoplasma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we haven't lost any like that.
Mm-mm.
But like I said, they just got, whenever it got cold, they just quit laying pretty much. They were just being freeloaders.
Mm-hmm. Penny asked, have you ever cracked open and frozen eggs? I do them in silicone muffin tins. I just thaw them before I use them. Yes. Lately, we haven't had enough eggs to do that.
No.
They've started picking up production again, so I may have to do it again soon. But also bake a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say anytime we get an overage of an eggs, usually maybe an angel food cake or something that takes a lot of eggs. So
yeah,
she also bakes a lot of different things.
Try to have some sort of ready-made breakfast stuff, because we try to avoid a lot of processed breakfast.
Yeah. Plus, I love biscuits.
Yeah.
But we don't have them.
And banana muffins and banana bread. And
yeah, because that's one thing we did whenever we went on vacation is she pre-made a bunch of the snacks and stuff that we were going to need in breakfast foods, and we carried down there. And then we also went and bought stuff and just cooked there in the room for a lot of the meals. We ate out usually in the daytime since we were out and about. we would eat lunch out somewhere. And then I think we ate supper out
One night.
once
Mhm.
because it was the restaurant we wanted to go to. But other than that, we just ate in the room because home cooking is usually better than restaurants
Yeah.
anyhow. Like I said, there's a few, like Abby's and Izzy's favorite is Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
And the food is really not all that
No.
great. It's really about the atmosphere. So I like it. So I usually just get like a sampler thing because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of what they have there. You're paying for the experience, not the food.
And they have one gluten-free dish there. So that's what I get. Maybe 2.
Well,
But
it's
they can do the noodles with different pasta dishes, but
and if you got like steak, it would be,
Yeah.
but the sides and stuff, it's just
yeah.
there's not just a whole lot of options. But
Mm.
like I said, the girls like it. So usually, if we're in a town that has one, we'll usually try to get by there so
Mhm.
they can have it. But like I said, other than that, and then like I said, whenever we were out in the daytime, we ate breakfast at the
Mhm.
room 'cause where we had a full kitchen. So we cooked breakfast and supper there
Mhm.
most of the time. Yeah, Captain Cason's Egg Factory. Yeah, I'm ready for that too because
Yeah.
I know that he is super excited about those
Yeah.
chickens. Yeah, yeah, he likes finding his eggs. He also
Mhm.
likes trapping. He's really gotten into that
Yeah.
lately. He's all about it. It's funny to see how much his face lights up whenever they catch something.
Mhm. Penny said, I love watching Kason think things through. His mind just gets to going so fast. He's so cute. Eddies have great kids. Must be the farm life y'all are giving your kids.
Yep, his kids are good.
Mhm.
His kids, our kids, the walkers. Usually, whenever we're at a thing, that they're all just running around together. They
Mhm.
all have a good time because they're not exact ages, but they're close enough. Like
Mhm.
Addison, Mazzy, and Abby are pretty close, and then Izzy and Brayley are a little off, but the same. But
Mhm.
they, like I said, they all just get together and have a good time.
And Ransom is fairly close to their age, so
Yeah,
he was hanging out with them last time. And
yeah. Ransom and Kason was running around
yeah,
together
they
a
were
lot
too.
at the Christmas thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's one thing that they just love. That's one thing that the girls were kind of sad about the expo is that the Eddie kids won't be at the expo.
Yeah.
They'll be staying with family,
Mhm.
so they won't get to see them, but still get to see the Walker kids. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's a good group of kids. Like I said, when they all get together, it can get pretty rambunctious, but they're all having a good time. And like I said, as long as they're not getting into stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
kids need to be kids.
Yep.
Like I said, there's a time and a place, but if you're out at a farm or something or at an auction and they're not hurting anything,
Yeah.
let them have a good time.
Yep.
That's one thing. At the auction, there's so many people there not knowing. I like to keep a close eye. Now they've got a big like covered barn area where the kids would play, but we'd always one of the adults would be out there with them. But like at the Christmas thing at the Stokes, I mean, they were just running wild. I mean, I knew they were somewhere there on that 60 or 80 acres, but
Yeah.
other than that, didn't have a clue part of it. But I knew they were with one of the other kids. I mean, there was a group, and they knew not to go
Mhm.
apart. Like I said, I mean, there were so many people there that we knew, or
Yeah.
that if the kids would have got into something, there was somebody there to get them or correct them. So
Yep.
it worked out really nice. Let's see. After what happened to Dixie, Kason's first thought was revenge against those predators.
Yeah.
Yep. Same
Yeah.
thing. Yep. He's gonna take care of them.
Yep. You've got that right.
Yep.
If he makes up his mind, he's
Yeah. He is a lot of fun to be around too.
Yeah.
'Cause he's He's a character. He's pretty funny. He likes to clown around a lot.
Yeah, he sat down right next to Kevin at the auction, and they were talking the whole time through some of the animals that were running through that we weren't, too interested in or whatever. He and Kevin were having some serious chats.
Yeah, we did that, and then he had a game on his tablet he was playing, and we had to take turns. So
Yeah.
he always made sure. Well, I was like, "No, you go ahead." He's like, "No, you got to take your turn." So it was like a one-player game. So it was just like I'd watch him play, and then he'd watch me play. But he always had to make sure that he shared, and everybody was getting their turn. So he's just a sweet kid.
He really is. Well, the way his mind works, mine works the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louder.
Auctioneers are much louder than you are.
You had me confused there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, they can definitely be quite loud.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even seem like they need a mic.
No. I like the ones who keep things going and try to get things through, especially at the exotic auction, because it is a long 3 days anyhow. And they've got one that just kind of drags things out, just waiting. And they've got another that he's going, if people stop bidding, it's just done. He's not just going to keep on. And so he actually gets a lot of stuff moving through. And so I like it whenever he's up there. Now, especially on the stuff you don't want to see, because he gets it out of there. But that's a lot of fun. What about you? Anything else going lately?
No, I've been meaning to. I've actually got some bananas that I need to make banana bread out of tomorrow. I meant to today and wasn't home long enough to do it. So tomorrow it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know if I'll do banana bread or muffins. We'll see. See what everybody wants.
Banana cake. No,
well,
I like the muffins too, or bread. I mean, either one's fine because it's all pretty much the same, just in a different form. I get tickled watching Kason's mind working faster than he can get it out of his mouth. Yep. Can't wait to go back. Those videos gave us some of our best views, and I didn't even plan it. Talking about the expo or the auction? Because didn't y'all go to both?
Auctioneers are crazy. It's like their tongue works on an engine, and between calling a bid, they over rev.
The auction. Yeah. Ours too. And what's crazy for us is, like, because we went in the spring and the fall, but after we went to the fall and posted that video, our spring video is the one that took off. And everybody was watching the spring one instead of the fall one, and so they were watching the older one, but something clicked and it just really took off on that. So not sure what happened there, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure.
But then after a while, the fall one started going too. So, which I've just got to get better about it too, because a lot of times I'll just get distracted watching it, not really fooling with filming everything like I should. And then I'll get to looking at stuff like, I could have done more, but
yeah,
I don't know. It'll come with time.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah.
Always a good time. So haven't made it to the fall auction yet. Planning to go again to the spring auction. I want to get something crazy besides chickens.
Well, if you're wanting to buy, the fall one is the one to go to
Mhm.
because stuff went cheap compared to spring.
Selling is probably definitely better in the spring. At least it was this past year because
Yeah, if
of
that's
the way the prices were.
if that's any kind of trend
Yeah.
from last year, then spring is the time to sell, fall is the time to buy. Like I said, we took a few things to sell and they didn't do worth the flip in the fall, but spring, whenever we were looking to buy stuff, it seems like everything went high.
Mhm.
It's gonna take all night.
I
It'd
mean,
be an all
all-
night auction. Yeah, we've been to some that were like
Yeah.
that. Like I said, because at the exotic one,
in the spring.
it went till like it went after midnight, but I mean we didn't
Mhm.
stay that long because I was like, I don't care to buy anything that bad.
We stayed till like 11 one of those nights because they were doing the goats.
Yes.
And the girls wanted to watch the goats. That's when we got Sheepy and Ginger. Isn't that right? And the triplets.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't know that either. Like I said, we were just going because if I would known it was going to be like that, I wouldn't have sold what we sold in the fall. I would have waited, but we found out after the fact. But I'd already decided I wasn't bringing it home, so whatever it brought, it's just what it was going to sell for. And I will not ever take a goat back there.
No.
Because they did not do well. And there was one goat that we sold that we actually had to pay them money on to sell, which was ridiculous because I could have sold it here for more than that. But like I said, I didn't realize that was the case till after it was over. And I looked at the ticket and I was just like,
They're
it
floored.
was like $3 or $7 we had to pay them to sell our goat.
Yeah.
So they took all of our money plus we had to pay them. Crazy. Neil's trying to pawn off Dean's turkey again. Eventually somebody's going to take that turkey.
Yep.
And then it's going to be a famous turkey.
Yeah.
It's going to get a lot of views.
Just don't think about how many people have never seen or been to animal auctions. Here in Wichita Falls, it's just very common.
Yeah, which for us, whenever we do the filming, we don't film really a whole lot of the actual auctions, mainly the animals outside. And it's a lot of it's just because they're neat animals. Because I mean, it's like going to a petting zoo for free. Because like I said, there's a little bit of everything there.
So they have turkeys, love a camel, but don't have 25K.
Yeah, that's us. Because
or the pin for a fully grown camel.
That is true. We'd worry about the pin later. But yeah, no, because Abby fell in love with a baby camel.
Smooshy.
Yes. But in the ring it brought up to $10,000 and the guy PO'd it and said that it would take $12,500 to get it. And I'm just like, how many camel rides would you have to give to pay for that? And so I was figuring up and it was like, as long as like everybody in our town took, I forgot how many I figured up.
Yeah.
Because the one I was figuring on was like a $30,000 camel because it was one you could actually ride. But I was just like, it would take everybody in our town riding it X number of times to pay for this thing. And I was just like, there's no way.
Dean said he just wanted guineas.
Yeah. You may just have to find you some eggs and hatch them out. Don't get many animal auctions in London. Probably not.
Yeah. Hey, Peggy.
Yep, Peggy, better late than never.
We're doing good. Been a long week, but
yeah,
finally toward the end of it now.
Rabbits are going for $3 and $4. Good grief.
Whew.
That is cheap.
Yeah. 25K, yes.
Yeah, that was for the cheaper ones. So there were some that were like broke to ride that had like the saddle and everything.
Mhm.
It's like 40 something, maybe 40 or 45,000 because it was crazy because some of them got bid up to 25, 30,000. They were still POing them, taking them home. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, when the babies do that, that's when the girls are like, "Oh, we need to take them all home."
Yes. Just don't tell him, Neil. What the landlord doesn't know won't hurt him. No, like I said, it was, and like I said, 25 was like the fall prices.
Yeah.
The spring ones, there were some that were like 35, 40,000.
Mhm.
And I don't know.
Yeah, some of the animals were going for more than that in the spring. So
Yes.
it was crazy. Goats are going from 125 to 300.
Getting tired now.
It's a good seller's market there, sounds like.
Yeah, that's not bad at all for selling.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
the zebras were, yeah, because I saw several that were like between 20 and 25.
Mhm.
Now the fall one, the zebras were going for like 10.
Yeah.
10 to 15 on the high end. So that's
Mhm.
what I was like. It's like if you could like flip them, like get them and resell that, and that'd be a good business for some. Which some people may be doing that, but I'm just like, here in Arkansas, you have to have permits for zebras.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of animals we can't get because they require you to have a permit to have them, but you got to have like a permit to have them and also an import permit.
Yeah.
But you have to list specifically what you're importing or what you're going to have. But if you're going to an auction, how do you know what you're going to bring before
Exactly.
you buy it? And so I tried to get an answer from our game and fish on how that was supposed to work, and nobody there seemed to have any answers. They just kept emailing me a form to fill out that wants to know what you have versus and then what you're going to bring in. I'm just like, I don't know. It's an auction. So I was like, do I not have a blanket thing where I can just be like, if I want to buy something, I can get it. And so then I was like, well, maybe buy and then get a permit later. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So we just told the girls anything with a permit, we're just not getting until we
Mhm.
can figure out. But I thought that was my plan, was like before the fall when I wanted to try to see what it'd take to get a permit. But like I said, I guess they don't deal with it enough that talking to them, they didn't have a clue, the
No.
people I were talking to. So I was just like, well, nothing with a permit.
Yeah. Candy said one of our friends here has a farm and all of his chickens got bird flu last month. Oof.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we don't
Yikes.
want that.
Mm-mm. Yeah, exotic
Yeah.
auctions. Everything's higher. Yeah.
Except for goats.
Yeah.
Because there is another exotic auction that was like in eastern Missouri, but
Mhm.
the owner of it, he passed away a few months ago. So I don't
Oh, I
know
didn't
if
know.
they're going to continue that or not. Because he also had a goat auction that wasn't too far from us, but he had sold it to some other people. But yeah, he passed away. And so I don't know if they'll keep doing that auction or not. But like for right now, they just put everything on hold, but they would do it every few months. And so I wanted to go to it to see how it compared to the one we'd been to kind of see, because we like the one in Locust Grove, but
Mhm.
their record keeping, trying to pay out, trying to get stuff,
Oh.
it's chaos. The first one we bought, they gave us the wrong
Yeah.
donkey. The second one, they tried to give us the wrong donkey.
Kept insisting that this
We
was
tried
our
to tell them,
donkey.
be like, no, we did not buy that. And they're like, no, yeah, you did. And be like, no, we did not. And I mean, if I got to the point, I was like, if I wasn't honest, I should just be like, yeah, load it up. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I was like, somebody else is fixing to be in the same boat we were the
Mhm.
first time and not have their donkey. Chickens fitting for two guineas.
Oh man.
Surely you can find two guineas somewhere else. Are they special guineas?
So, purpose of having a camel unless you live in a desert.
I don't know what most of these people. I
I
mean,
really
a
don't.
lot of them do like camel rides and stuff because they had them like trained for that. I know that they like tried to push like rent them out for like nativities and the
Mhm.
around Christmas and stuff like that. But
The rest of the year, I mean,
I have no idea the rest of the year,
know.
unless you had a petting zoo or something, because then you could
maybe.
do that, or like if you're like with a carnival, do camel
Mhm.
rides or something. But other than that, I don't have any idea, and I don't even know what you do to take care of it.
Because some of them just seems like they strictly raise exotics, and
Yes.
camels are like a big thing for them. So I don't really know. You buy it and say it showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, just about the way they were acting.
Yep. Dean's at an auction trying to buy 2 guineas.
Yeah.
He may be there all night.
So we'll just need a follow up on if you got those guineas or not.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, as tired as we are after the work we've been doing, if you do it live, I probably won't make it because
Yeah.
I'm very close to bed as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just wandered into the backyard.
Just wandered in my
Yes.
backyard. Neil, I don't know if they're gold plate or not, but they got to be some sort of special
Yeah.
guineas if he's going to stay there that late for
2
2 guineas. Now, maybe buying a truckload of guineas, I'd get it, but
Yeah, Brandon got a bunch of them that last auction.
yeah,
I don't remember how many he got in total from that one.
I don't know because we talked about buying some, but I really didn't know that we needed them, and he was wanting them pretty bad to take care of the
Mhm.
stuff on theirs, and I was like, well, I'm not going to bid against him because
No. We didn't need them that bad.
I know if we'd have said we wanted some, we'd have worked something out, but he was wanting them for a specific purpose to
Mhm.
take care of stuff around their place and with ticks and stuff, and we really don't have that big of an issue
Mm-mm.
here right around us. So it's like we can always get guineas later, or whenever his start laying, we can get some eggs and incubate them. All right, Penny, we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have a good night and a good weekend.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know that there is. Because I know that like if well, preventative. I don't know. Let's Google that.
Yeah, because I do not know.
Because I know once they get it, there's nothing, but
Mm-mm. Be a good thing to know, though.
mhm. No, this says yeah, that's something completely different. This says the best prevention for that is to avoid exposure. So that's what Google says. So, and that's from the CDC. So we'll take their word for it that they surely know what they're talking about. But yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all end up getting tested, which I can look up, will y'all have to do something to the ground also, or because doesn't that live in the ground or stay in the ground if you get it? I think so. I don't know.
Don't remember. It seems like we'd researched that at one point, but I don't remember.
Okay, summer heat. Okay, so you just have to keep stuff off of it until we get some good 100-degree days.
Yeah. Be here before you know it.
Yep, but I say bring it on. I'll take it over 0 any day.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to have a true spring.
That would be nice. We didn't really have one last year.
No, but I would like to get it where I can plant some stuff and But yeah, I'd like to get it where we can plant some stuff and actually give it a chance to grow before it just turns off so hot that it quits producing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happens a lot of times.
Yeah, last year we struggled with that for sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think we're about to wind down. Not quite the 2-hour mark, but
Feeling pretty tired this evening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that autocorrect will get you every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think that we're fixing to call it a night because it's been a long day
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a lot more stuff to do over the weekend. So let's see.
Oh, our new.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Oh yeah.
The
Date.
date is what I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
My work schedule's changing, and so Gillum Farms, you got here right at the end. We're fixing to call it quits, but we're gonna have to change
Good night, Candy.
dates, and the time will stay the same,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I think it will probably be Monday night because my work schedule changed, so it won't be on Friday anymore. But
not for this month anyway.
We will post ahead of time when it is. I'll set it up where if you go to the lives, I don't know when it sends the notifications. I don't know when I set them up ahead of time. So I'm not sure how that works, but it'll be where we'll do it ahead of time where
that way you get some heads up on it.
Yeah, at least a few hours, if not a day. But I think it's going to be Monday at 8. We just got to look to make sure there's no other conflicts. But if that's the case, that's probably what we'll do is we'll probably do Mondays, at least for this month. If not, then it would probably be Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to see how it goes, but we'll be sure to let you know. And we might snatch up Fridays. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. We may go back to it, but we could probably work out a time and split it up.
Yeah.
An early show and a late show, or every other or something. But yeah, it's at least for this month. I have to work Friday evenings, so it won't happen those.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you stopping in with us, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye,
See ya.
guys.